a new project, Kangaroo, and at the same time, Cubert. We're getting ready for the new overlay, right, Wallace?
Yes, sir.
Can I use this?
What's that?
It says don't use.
No, you can't use it. It meant what it says what it meant.
But it's a good piece of wood. I mean, I might be able to use that for something. Can I use this one instead?
Nope, you can't use that one. Will you keep your hands off of Wallace's wood, please? Move that block on top of your shoulder or neck.
Well, we're going to have to get a piece of wood to put under the strange science, young man. Anyway.
I'm not into the wood department.
Will you help me film this, Frank?
Yeah, still have a choice.
Where's the coffee mug?
Oh, this one right here?
You're supposed to, yeah.
Right there. Thank you, Lee.
Lee Bartholomew sent you
Very
the
nice.
coffee
Have a
mug.
great day.
And he sent my wife and I these two mugs.
This was for you and Kurt.
No, it's for my he said my beautiful wife. Lee, that was very kind of you. She's coming over today. So maybe we'll have...
And it just so happens, I've already enjoyed
Oh, wow, it's a beautiful mug.
Isn't this nice?
It's
Holds
really
a lot
nice,
of
Lee.
coffee.
That's really nice
Enjoy
of you
it,
to
just a sip of it.
send that. Oh,
What?
but
Ah, I like it. Here, I want you to stand right in front of me every time I drink coffee.
you can't do that to me.
Oh, yes, I can. Lee says I can. Every time I take a sip of coffee, you'll
Lee's
be right in front of me.
capitalizing on my gag. It's the wrong finger.
I love it. Thank you, Lee.
Lee, you must be a mind reader. But look at this beautiful, strange science game. And listen to the heater starting.
I love it!
Now turn it back on when we're finished. Turn it back on when we're finished.
Stop dancing and cause an earthquake. He said the office is heated, that's all he cares
This
about.
woman is having a coroner.
Swear to God. Go away before you get your ass kicked.
His skinny little arms can't produce any power. He thinks he's Mr. Athletic. He's at his age. This boy is
Grandpa,
almost
go over there,
36.
Grandpa.
Almost
Yeah.
36 years old now.
It'll be 38, stupid.
38, 36. Listen, it doesn't matter when it comes to that.
Yeah, have it when the customer says, oh, the game's only 3,600, not 38, right? Yeah, 36, 38.
What's a couple hundred?
Remember that.
Oh gosh, I did bad math on the Vindicators video. Oh my
You do
gosh.
something wrong? No.
He still lost money on that Vindicators. Anybody that watched the video still lost money. So I only went for 1 year. You probably vended it for 2 or 3 years. So he was in the hole. The only way you can make money is if the game gets at least 70,000 quarters running through it. Only way you can make a profit in a game over a 10-year period at the most. Listen, while we're waiting for that heater to turn on, I want to show you the most stunning, strange science on planet Earth. This one is unbelievably beautiful. It's beautiful, and has super bright LEDs. You know, Frank, they made not many of these. They made 2,350 of these in November of '86. But did you know that in September of '86, Gottlieb came out with Genesis, which was very similar, meaning we think people were doing this, they were listening.
Something you don't do very well.
Because we had it happen with Monte Carlo and Millionaire. Two game themes that came out at the same time. Hot Shots and Cyclone. You know, they came out at similar times, meaning, hey, we got this. Hey, I heard Bally's working on a mad scientist thing. Maybe. Let's come up with one a couple months before they do. Who knows? It was a great theme, and you know the mad scientist theme does work. Now, what we've done in this game is not only did we put the super bright LEDs, also with the flash lamps, we added in the Atom Smasher this LED strip. That is actually the only addition other than the color changers here. These are GI lights that stay on regardless if the machine is on or off. But because they turn on at the same time, they're actually in sync, almost in sync. It's really nice, really sharp feature. So many great things you can buy for these. We also color coordinated the LEDs. Originally, these were red. So we put clear in. Steve Young sells these buttons. We always put new rollovers in now. And we put purple here. These used to be white, now they're blue. Now these were always red, but we put red LEDs below it. These were always white, but he decided to light blue on this side and purple on this side. Dynamic, stunning machine. Now, before I open the glass, I gotta tell you, a guy called us on the phone. And he said he bought this machine and it doesn't work. And he said, isn't there some kind of reset button I can push and then the game will start? So I told him every machine has that built in. I said, just take the glass out and look for the magic reset button and just give it a push like this.
Isn't there a reset button inside the game you push?
Call the place you bought it from.
They're out of business.
Out of business. I am. You know, I was going to take the glass. I'm going to put the glass back in. I wanted to show you. Oops. The C30 has to come out of this board. If you don't take the cap out, you risk blowing up your speech chip. Okay, that was a factory mod. All these soundboards, all these newer ones, you have to take out one cap in it that protects this chip here.
You have to find the chart because they're all different. It's all different cap numbers.
Yeah, I think
on different
there's 6
systems.
different. Yeah, I don't know who has the chart.
You'll Google it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's very helpful. But at least for this board, you know it's C30. Our logic board now has our button battery cell. Okay, we also reflowed solder. This does not go. We do not know where this was going to go because there must have been something they were going to add. We don't know, but in every Strange Science that's hanging. But up here, this keeps up top our neon, which runs off of 110 volts. Now the neon is the transformer and the wiring is up here because once again this is all high voltage. Now if you look over here, see this board here, the dual solid state relay. There's another one of these I think in truck stop. This gets 100. This is 110 volts. So actually my shock there was apropos. You see this little affair here? This one keeps the light bulb on all the time, and then the computer can make it flash and really flicker, really neat. You can only use a light bulb. You can't put an LED in here or anything else. It has to be a bulb because of the effect. The top one, this one, runs our neon, which is off most of the time, and the computer flicks it. But watch what I can do. Since they're both 110 volts, I can move this one to there and this one to there and actually reverse them. Now the neon's on constantly and the bulb is off. So that's something you could do, but if you're confused and something's wrong, that just means you had the wires mixed up. See what you can learn. Frank changed the cap here for our 5 volts. These also need resoldering. All these connectors were ice cold, so you have to do that now. The other problem with this system is that the board, the bottom board especially, is actually screwed directly into the wood, and it's flake board, so the screw holes wear out eventually and they fall right off. The big problem.
Whoops.
Careful. Were you making that noise on purpose?
Yep. You weren't even smart enough to figure it out.
So in other words, you actually are trying to disturb me in my beautiful video.
Trying to piss you off, yes.
Well, you know, if you're not careful, I can have Jason do some pretty serious damage to you.
Mason doesn't even like you.
It's not that he doesn't like him, he hates his guts.
All right. I can't
I don't even remember what I was saying.
He's across
This
the
is-
room and he knew you lost your train of
listen.
thought.
Everything is scripted.
Todd's train of thought still boarding
Steven,
at the
show him
station.
your script. Come on. See? Steven's got it in his palm of his hand there. He's reading off the palm. He has a cheat sheet. He knows exactly what to say and when to say because everything we do here is scripted. Right now, the script says Jason is shaking a can of spray paint.
And my script says that you can't script this kind of stupidity.
Give me this. You can't say those.
This has got to go out. I'm leaving in 3 hours. If you don't hurry up, you can finish it.
But you can't say those words in my video.
There's called editing, which you sit at the computer and do for 13 hours a day.
He only got the
People
$3,000 editing
screaming.
program, not the $6,000 one. We
People
can't
are
edit the word
screaming.
out.
Jesus. This will be a short video 45 minutes later.
I can't. This game is so terrific. This is not going to be a short video. I have to show people why they are going to soon want a strange science. But first, I have to put a block of wood on this. Do you think we should, or maybe, I guess we
Just
don't
play
have
it.
time.
No, we don't have time.
Okay, we
We
don't.
really
Have
got stuff to
I'm
get
trying
to.
to figure out your excuse why this game isn't going out. Because
While you're at it, figure out. Okay, look.
All right, come on.
that
We've lit the
script-
buttons.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Buttons are lit.
Put a blind first.
Buttons are lit. Okay? And of course, they're lit with bendies. Bendies. Anyway. Okay. Advertising. Everything is winking. There's a couple lights that are not. These two do not blink, and neither does the extra ball in the advertising. Also, your outlane here. For some inexplicable reason, we used to have people call and say, "There's bulbs out." And I said, no. In the advertising, not all the lights blink. I said, they're all on. So, eventually they do discover that. Now, the gameplay on this was so much better than I ever remembered until I actually started learning the rules, which are actually not on paper, but actually put here in the notebook, in the Mad Scientist notebook. This lower button activates this power saver here. That bangs it back in play. Fireball 2 had that. It was a demon. That was the little demon was here, wasn't it, Frank?
Yep.
I don't remember where the other one was now. Look at this. Isn't this clever? The chamber. What a great idea to light this, or have this chamber here, and the blue light kind of goes through. Can you see? So it does light it up a little. It's very nice. Very, very effective. You can actually see the balls in line. I don't think they did that in any other game. So that was pretty good. A pretty good first for for Bally, I think, and for the other manufacturers. It's kind of neat to see your balls waiting. It takes you back to the old Gottlieb mechanicals where you could see the balls lined up. Frank, I almost forgot something about the trough. I got to show you. When the game first came out, those 5 balls in the trough had a problem. Matter of fact, I just happened to print this. This is up on eBay now. The Strange Science Multi-Ball Trough Field Kit Instructions. They had to, quick as a bunny, make this fix because the balls, the game was losing track of the balls. Let me show you. They had nothing but trouble with it. If you look right under here, can you see the 5 microswitches, Frank? Actually, over here. You can see them nice and clear here. This has been updated. Originally, they were leaf switches, and it was a mess. They did not work. They wouldn't roll over because it was trying to sense all 5 balls. You notice that very few games have leaf switches if you have more than 2 or 3 balls in it, and this had 5. So they changed it to the micros. They had to mail everybody the kit, and everybody had to get it put in because their game wasn't making any money. The game would lose track of the balls. Oh, by the way, all the instructions of the game, we've printed this up for the customer. We're going to include it. Tons of stuff he can change and do, but if he wants to, so we're going to give that to him. Anyway, I thought you might like to know that little tidbit. And by the way, that field instructions kit, I printed that off of eBay. Lloyd at Coin Op Warehouse has that up on eBay right now if you want to order that little booklet. Of course, you don't really need it unless you have the kit. So, and I think almost every every one we've had in, Frank, have already been updated.
I haven't seen one.
The game just did not work with the leaf switches. All right. Basic rules. See this way, when you shoot the ball up, you have three things can happen. Either it doesn't go up the ramp and drops down and play. Number two, you shoot it so hard that it passes through the top and doesn't hit, and there's no switches up here. And it goes into play, and you can usually use it with this flipper. Or the best thing, the thing you really want to do, is to go through one of these three lanes. Now, this is really neat. Also, like any other game, you have a switch here that'll record the letter. Also, there's another switch here that'll record the letter. Okay, so you'll get double points. You'll get the letter, and then it'll roll through here, and you'll get points. Okay? The same is true here. Now, the right flipper button will move the letters. Every time you spell lab, you advance your bonus multiplier right here. Okay, all of our orange lights. And you get 10,000 points. Now, at various parts of the game, you can increase these points, but see these three pump bumpers? These are critical in gameplay. If you hit any combination of them 20 times, you will add voltage to your voltmeter. You're going to game spots at 100,000. No, I mean 100 or 100 points. I'll be all right. And then it goes right up to the top of the dial. Now, here's the neat thing about this. In the very low chart of the dial, the game pulses and the lights move at a certain speed. The higher you get on that, the faster they pulse, which you're going to see. It's really sharp. You know, you had bumped into the, I'm hitting the advertising. So, your right button hits your lane change, okay? The left button is your power saver. See, it's blinking it. Okay? The anti-gravity here, see this shot? Looping around and up? Your atom smasher feature. Your top flipper loads your atoms. By the way, when it makes that noise, that flashes, okay? Here's your particle separator. It brings you up here. Either lane will bring you up here. The bumpers add your volt power, right there, which I just showed you, okay? Your multiplier here, the more balls you have in play, the more multi-ball. So one ball play, your normal score, but if you have 2 balls in play, you get 3 times your play fail value. 3 balls, 6 times, right up to 12 times your power. And they will light, as you'll see, as you're playing the game. Now, Frank, is that your phone?
Yep.
Do you think it's the little woman? How's little Rosie?
Awesome, as usual.
She's such a beautiful little girl. We have to go back to Pizza Hut with the family.
In a couple weeks, maybe.
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Anyway, I think I'm going to explain something. This is important. See these 3 targets? These spell science, and this spells strange. But what's so neat about this?
TODD spelled strange.
TODD spells strange.
Truth hurt.
What's so neat about these switches is that you can hit one, but these have to be off for you to actually light a light. They will scan, as you will see. They will move. And the faster your atom smasher is running, your atomic generator, the more volt power you have, the faster they'll scan. So you have to hit the switch when the corresponding light is off, and then you'll light another letter. Really sharp stuff. And lighting strange science, as you see right here, atomic generator, advances the voltage level, which speeds up the spell. Oh no, I already explained that. I spell strange science to advance the spark bonus and to turn on your power saver. Okay, this is your spark bonus here. Okay, right here in the center. And these are all these extra points that you're going to see how you get. Now, we're done. I got to show you now. We're done. Look at that neat, beautiful effect. Your top flipper, that knock you hear is the part here dropping down. Okay, your first shot, waiting. Once again, this game's flashing, the light's up here. You want to time it so it rolls in one of them. See, I got the L, and I got another L. Now, did you see, when I had enough time, when I dropped through there, now watch, to move it, so I'd roll through and get the next one. Now, see right here? And these lights are blinking. Now this is time to use that flipper to bang it up into your saber. Look at that. Okay? Now, isn't that a nice effect? Now, when you go up here, if you go up hard enough, you will drop directly into here. You never access this panel through that entrance. That's only activated when you atom smash, which you're going to see in a moment. Okay? Now we're up to bowl 2. Now look at my lab. See, I can move my light. Isn't that neat when you move the lights? Up. Now look, I'm up to 2 times. Now I want you to watch. I'm at 100. Do you see how the 200's blinking? See, I now hit it 20 times, and now I'm up to 2. Now, I'm going to stop for a moment. I want you to watch the strange cycling. Okay? Now, science, I'm only missing 1 light. Now, I want to show you something. See how it's scanning? If I hit it with a light, oh, well, I hit 2. So it picked up the conductance on my hand. I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake. Okay. All right, let's go back up here where the atom generator is, because you can see the scanning. I'm going to hit it a little harder. Now look, it's scanning faster. Okay, I'm up to 400 now. 20 hits, and I'm up to 500. See how fast it's scanning now? That holds over. So if you're player 1, the game remembers how many volts you have, and you pick up where you left off. Isn't that neat? Okay, these 2 outside lanes, see these lanes? These are the bubble lanes, okay? They call a bubble bonus. It just scans. If you roll over it, the game will freeze the one you get, blink it, and know you got the 20. Obviously, you'd like to get the 100 as much as possible. There's an identical one here that's accessible both ways, either rolling this way or launching the ball up there to roll up and down. So the switch is bent in such a way that you can do it. Now, notice the lane drains here. These switches are designed so you can't roll back. So you can only score these one way. Wanted to keep the ball continually to drain toward those flippers. Okay, now, I want to point this out because this is scanning. This is my bonus. I have 3 ways to collect the bonus. Number 1, going down the center. But during gameplay, number 2 and 3, you can collect the bonus by going in that hole when this light is flashing, okay? Or number 2, by me completing the brain transplant. Now, while I was hitting all those targets, I scored going from the girl into the chimp. When I roll over that switch, I will score the bonus. It's 10-9. It's 19,000. So you hit the 10 and add the 9. Isn't that nice how they flicker it up so you know exactly where your number is? Isn't that sharp? I'm going to score it now. So now I'm going to add 19,000. It'll bring us up to like 340. See? The game makes that funny laughing sound. And now I've got to do another brain transplant. Now, over here. See, the power saber's blinking. That will stay on forever. But the moment I roll over this switch, it's on a timer, okay? And that's when I use my button here on the side. Frank, look, right over here. Okay, now watch, here it goes. I want to bang it in, see, and get it back in, okay? Okay, it's on a timer. You can hit it over and over and over until the light finally goes out. You can relight that by simply spelling strange science, okay? Now, I'm up to 2 times. I guess it's time we spell strange science. Now watch what happens. I have to keep, on Bally games, if your finger touches the metal, see the metal? You'll score points in a funny place. That's what happened over here, because I touched the rivet. So you have to touch it without touching the rivet. Now watch. See, I got the R because the light was off. But if I hit the R while it's on, I get that other sound. Did you hear it? I didn't get a letter. I only have 2. Okay, now, I only need a couple more. So you hit any of these with the lights off. What skill? I mean, what a great idea. I'm trying to think, Frank, if any other game does anything this clever. There we go. I got my Strange Science. It lights the girl, and relit my power saver. And of course, I was treated to that noise. Now, listen to the noise from the girl. Okay, and I'm up to 26,000. Now I have to do it again so I can get the chimp mark. See, I get nothing here. I just get 50 points. Plus, I get that monkey sound too.
Sounds like you. Thought that was you doing that.
Okay, it's time to lock another ball. 2 balls locked. Now, I want to show you something. Well, let's suppose we go up here, and I didn't hit anything, see? So I went down here and I missed out. Now, the Sparks device, it's either the center shot or the ramps, either way. Okay, now, to get this, you have to hit this switch, loop around, and hit that switch. You do not have to go all the way up. But if you get them both, like this, then I get the anti-gravity, which is up to 50,000 now. Isn't that great? Now look, my smashes me. Oh, by the way, I'll show you. The Sparks is now changed. It's either side. If I go all the way around, nothing happens. I have to roll through any of these switches, and I collect the particle separator, and I also get the Sparks score too. Okay? Now, watch what happens when you use the flipper here to bang the ball, shoots up the ramp. They use the same feature later in Heavy Metal Meltdown. Another great game with a great concept of capture. When you hit that hard enough, see, nothing happens. You just get the monkey. But if you hit it harder, come on, when you hit it harder, the sound changes, okay? I caught the ball. I have 3, the game just said I have 3 times playfield value. See my light? It's on. Everything's worth 3 times. Now watch. The ball can either go here and go through my bubble, right through my one in my bubble, and then in the hole I capture this. And you notice now that I'm in this feature, I'm on my Sparks bonus, okay? Everything is worth 3 times. So that means if I go through my particle separator, I get 3 times. Not 10,000, but 30,000, okay? Now watch what happens if I get another one. Okay, now, I'm up to 6 times. So you have 3 balls on the playfield, you're gonna get 6 times whatever you hit. As you lose the ball, the lights will go out. Frank. But I got my bonus. Did you see? I got 42. And then it bumped me up. So I got 42,000, and I went up another 1,000. Isn't this terrific? This thing is crammed with this stuff. What terrific programming. And the funny thing is I bought one of these new, and I never learned how to play it. We just put it out on location. But I think in a private home, you can actually figure everything out. And once you get something like this, now watch. I get 55,000. I want to do a transplant. Okay? So I got credit for her. Now I got to get the monkey next. There's a ball lock. Now, of course, you can get up to 5 balls. Oh my God, what a free game! Listen, once again, I'm not quite sure why people have not studied this game. There's nobody that's really looked at this thing to see all these terrific, great features. My bonus held. Now, here's an interesting thing. For your extra ball. Okay? Oops. I wanted to show you something. Let me get the ball. Now watch. If I get this up, I have an extra ball timer. Frank, you're always thinking that way. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The squat and gobble.
Yeah, whenever.
You want a sip of yours? You're giving me the finger again.
Thanks, Lee.
Lee? He's one of our viewers, he's actually watched every video. I think we've had 3 or 4 of our people that have actually sat and watched every single video we've made. I think I burned their brains out. You know what? Somebody said we have 420 hours of video up. Anyway. Alright, extra ball. Extra ball is time. See that light right here? That's off. Extra ball light only comes up in the beginning of your multi-ball. Look. See it's blinking? The way to get it is to hit both switches. Watch. Oh gosh, watch.
Don't miss it. Oh.
I got it. I got it, Frank. And you can get endless extra balls. Here. Let's get this baby up really high. Remember, 20 hits. Now we're at the maximum. Look at how fast it's scanning. There, see it's staying science? Look at everything is moving. See how everything is moving and cycling? Hey, look, watch. See the cycling? And I'm at 3 times because I still have my bonus, or my 2 balls up. And my 3 times just... Frank, I can't even play with the glass off. Now, it's going to hold my bonus. And once again, all these great features. Factory programming saves all this stuff. So you don't have to start over. Look at that. Isn't that a neat scan? I think it looks so good when you get that high. So I think the key for this gameplay is your pop-bumpers. You've got to concentrate on going through the pop-bumpers. The neat thing is you can get the lab. See here? You can't do it with this, but it's possible if you're banging around here that you can go back up and roll back up through the lane. See? Just like that. See? That's when you can increase your bonus. Now the game doesn't remember the bonus, okay? So you have to work on your bonus each time, but it remembers what letters you have and the voltmeter it remembers. The voltmeter is so important to your game. Oh, by the way, this is real glass. Real glass. I mean, Bally put boatloads of money in it. Oh, you know what? There is something I should tell you. Right when the game came out, because I bought one of these brand new. I should point that out here.
Are you done yet?
I told you, this game is so great, we have to spend plenty of time on it.
God.
We have to spend plenty of time. Okay, here, that the game is going out. Now let's see what we do. Do you think I'll win, Frank?
Nope.
Those creeps. It's the 10% rule. Ha! My initials. Am I done yet? You know, here's the funny thing. They only made 2,350 of these. But they made 3,500 Genesis. As a matter of fact, here's a link to a Genesis video. You can't see the link everywhere. The hyperlink will take you and it'll open another window if you want to see and compare the 2 games. By the way, this video is replacing an old Strange Science video I made. A video we made, I guess, about 3 or 4 years ago. And that video had none of this information, and that's why we wanted to refilm. But it's just absolutely incredible how they made this game so good. I'm trying to think of what else, Frank.
Don't hurt yourself.
I think it's time for another sip from the Squat and Gobble. Well, I'm hoping all of you will look at Strange Science in a brand new light. If you own a Strange Science, you have to rebuild your flippers with all new parts, new end-of-stroke switches, so they have full power and new coil sleeves. These actually, everything is new. They changed everything, the paws, everything. So they had to give this thing the once-over to make sure it was perfect in every way. Beautiful machine. And the best thing about these is these machines are under $3,000. So you can pick one of these up. Not this nice. You pick one up. Oh, this had black T-molding, and we put the black and chrome. This is the same width as the shuffle eyes. It's only It's a half an inch. It's a little
You
thinner
don't have to
than
tell
the
anybody
others.
that.
What?
Nothing. We know it can't be more than a half inch.
Go over there and see some of the detail of him. Is he doing pretty good over there?
Sorry, Steve.
You know, this machine has to go out today.
Yeah. It may have if you didn't take up 2 hours video.
Well, we have to make a video. When I get a nice game, we have to show how nice it is. Okay, Frank, I think I covered everything. Now we have to get it delivered. I didn't tell the guys where we're taking it. Jonathan, Scott.
Now what?
Well, one of our old customers, Larry, has asked to buy another game. He's buying Strange Science now. Larry's the guy that gave us all that coffee. Do you remember?
That haunted house guy, right?
Yeah.
I ruined 2 pairs of underwear on that delivery.
Oh.
I'm not going back there again, Todd.
Listen, he begged us to bring this. Oh, good news. He got rid of that house.
Thank God.
Doesn't have it anymore. He's moved into the old legacy castles. Castle? It must be majestic. It must be beautiful. Ha ha ha! Well, it's the perfect game for a castle, isn't it?
Does it have a moat?
I don't know. We should ask. I guess before we go. And he promised us a surprise when we get there. We like surprises. Anyway, load it up, boys. Let's go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I guess that's where we're going, huh?
I'm not walking all the way up there.
Well, somebody's got to go up there. I mean,
My feet hurt.
your feet? You idiots! Do I have to do everything? Now, it's not going to be that difficult. I guess you could just take the little road or something. I don't know. Start pushing, and I'll sit in the truck and watch.
Like you always do.
I'll come. I'll follow you up. I'm wearing my walking shoes. All right, let's get pushing.
But my feet hurt.
Larry.
Larry! Larry!
Larry,
We're all out of here.
hi.
Hello, boys.
Where do you want the game?
Yes, I'd like you to put the game over here. Not there, here. Closer to me. I need it quickly, or there's a storm coming.
Over there. Who's on the slab?
Slap. Or that is my ex-wife.
X. Okay. Alright, let's get this over there. We gotta get out of here, Larry. We'll just get this set up and we'll be off, huh? Okay? Okay, get the cords, guys.
Glad they're gone. Perhaps now I should show them a demonstration of my power.
Larry, we have the cord. We really have to get this together.
Cords. Don't need no stinking cords. Observe.
Huh?
Watch.
Let's get out of here!
It's alive. Are they gone? The things this guy will do to try to get a free pinball machine around here, I tell you what.
That's the last time I'm delivering a game to Larry. Where's the van?
All the way down there, Tom.
Let's go! I hope you enjoyed that, folks. We had a lot of fun making that. That was filmed 2.5 years ago, but we never got it up because Larry couldn't shoot the footage for us. So Billiam Douglas filled in. He was the fellow that visited us for a couple of days last week, and he agreed to shoot this footage at his house and send it to us. And with the fun of green screen, we were able to put it all together. But there's more. Phantom of the Opera is next. Larry bought Phantom of the Opera at the same time, and Billiam will be seen once again as the Phantom. That's coming. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.
It is time for me to play pinball. Who will get my score before you do?